This is my realistic progress from scratch as an adult beginner who decided to pick up a hobby and who's very passionate about it. If you are interested in real, achievable progress made by a beginner, please stay with me. This video is going to be broken down in 3 parts. First, I will talk about Repertoire, and I'll take 4 examples out of the 17 pieces that I have learned this year. Then I'll talk about sight reading and how much progress I have made this year. Then I'll discuss how I managed to learn about improv and theory. First off, a few facts about myself. I am in my late 20s and I decided to pick up the piano a year ago. I have absolutely no prior musical experience and I have never studied the piano or music in my childhood or teenagehood. I have practiced 1 to 2 hours most days, and I think that amounts to about 600 to 700 hours in that first year of piano. I have learned a total of 17 different pieces. Also, I am not self-taught. I have had a teacher from the very first lesson. Okay, now let's get on to the progress part of the video. My first ever piece was the Musette Indie by Bach. In hindsight, I think this was a bit hard for me, especially at the beginning, but I was very excited to start and I really wanted to get my hand on something that felt like music, you know? I ended up finishing this piece and I actually think that my end performance was quite okay. So my teacher saw me struggle a little bit on that first piece, so she assigned to me some easier pieces as my next assignments, right? Into the piano was my first ever recital. It was a student recital of my teachers and I have such a great memory of it. It was so fun. For that recital, I decided to play a piece by C.P.E. Bach, which was very interesting. I think it was the first piece where I really had to be careful about first different voices and 2 about articulation. It was also the first piece where I really tried to put some character, and I think that the end result was actually very, very interesting. Just a few weeks after that first recital, my teacher decided to assign me a huge challenge for me at the time. I was about 5 months in and she assigned to me the Clementi Sonatinas, Opus 36, number 1, which I'm sure at some point all piano students have played. She assigned the first movement to me right before the summer break as an assignment for the summer. And because I like a challenge, I decided to learn the 3 movements for a recital right after the summer break. It was such a huge challenge for me and I put in so many hours that summer to be able to play this for this student recital. And honestly, looking back, I'm pretty proud of my performance. If you want to see the fun vlog and adventure of my first recital and the full performance as well, don't hesitate to click here, somewhere. After that, I continue expanding my repertoire with Beethoven, Bach, Mozart, Guilloc, Chartreux, and all of those. And at about 9 months in, my teacher actually talks to me about a little competition / exam, which she would like me to register for. This piano competition contest thing is supposed to happen about 3 months in the future, right? So I have 3 months to prepare 2 to 3 pieces to be able to present it to a jury. This competition was such an emotional roller coaster. You can watch the vlog here if you're interested. It was such an enriching experience, and actually the jury gave me the coup de cœur award, which I was very proud about, and I got to play those pieces again in front of a bigger audience as well, so it was such a win for me. Loved it. And so yeah, repertoire-wise, that concludes my first year of piano. Now on to sight reading. Sight reading is the bane of my existence, but I promised myself when I started that I would not be a pianist that cannot read. So every day I dedicate about 10 to 15 minutes just to sight reading. When it comes to sight reading, I did not start from complete scratch. Before I started lessons, I actually used 2 apps in order to learn the notes, the note values, the rhythms and everything. And they actually helped me quite a bit at first when it came to getting my foot through the sight reading door. You know, at the end of my first year, I think I can sight read pieces like at a pre-grade level. And you know, I'm still working on it, but honestly, it's one of the hardest things about piano so far. Now, about improv and ear training. I like to bunch both together because to me, they're kind of the same. It's about developing a sixth sense. To be really honest with you, I cannot improv for shit right now. I do try to put my foot through that door to first learn about theory. I learn about theory in 2 main ways. One, I analyze the pieces that I'm trying to learn systematically. I try to analyze the structure of the piece and also the harmonic progressions of the piece. Is super important to me in order to understand what is going on. And 2, I use this book, which is La Théorie de la Musique. It is a French book that sums up the main principles of music theory, and it really does help me put words and grasp concepts that are very important in order to understand the music that I'm trying to play. Second thing, at about 8 or 9 months in, I formally started learning my scales and my cadences. As a practical exercise so far, what I've been doing is replicate a melody that I know or that I have heard on the piano. I still go for very basic nursery rhymes or stuff that we are very, very used to hearing, right? So no complicated pop song or anything like that. And on my left hand, I just, put chords as I see them fit. And so far, I only use the 1, 4, and 5 chords because that's all I know, but I hope that with time I'll be able to expand a little more. Here is an example of that particular exercise. My goals when it comes to improv and ear training are very simple. I want to be able to sit down at the piano one day and just make up my own music, even if it doesn't sound perfect. And I also want to just one day be able to just hear a song and just play it, or accompany a singer, very easily, very intuitively. And I think it's a skill that can definitely be learned, and those are the building blocks that I'm trying to learn in order to be able to do that one day. Lastly, I wanted to touch on something that is not necessarily a hard skill, but that is very important to me as a musician in the making. In the past year also, I have discovered the beautiful world of public performances and classical concerts, and that really has been a game changer for me. I had never listened to instruments live, so for me, going to my first ever concert was like listening to music in HD. Like it was just wonderful. I really appreciated it. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm not learning the piano and about music in a vacuum. It's not just about practicing in my room and then just going on about my day. Piano and music in general really has affected the way I view the world, what I know about the world, how I view the world, and how I interact with it. And this point really is what makes me look forward to what's next, the next year, the next 5 years of me just learning about the piano and discovering about the instrument and about the music that it harbors. And here it is, my 1-year piano progress video. So I know this was a bit different from the others, but I hope it was a bit more holistic, and I hope that you could get a better grasp as to what 1 year of piano really looks like. Please feel free to tune into my other videos to have an honest recounting of my roller coaster of a journey so far. Bye bye.